Hi there. In the first part of this video series, I want to talk about the hardware configuration of the robot that I built for Visual Slam. So let's start with this chassis over here. I basically took 1x1 acrylic sheets and cut them to size and shape. Then I took a 1/2 inch aluminum rounds and I tapped M5 holes on each end, and I have 4 of these on the 4 sides. And for the wheels, I'm basically using a caster in the front and these Pololu wheels on either sides. And for the motor, I have this Cytron DC geared motor, and I basically laser cut these motor mounts, and I also machined these wheel mounts on the lathe to attach the wheels to it. And as you can see, I have motor controllers on either side, and I'm using an Arduino Mega to send PWM signals to the motor controllers, which are then connected to these encoder motors. And on the top over here, you can see that I have a Realsense D435 RGBD sensor. I have a off-the-shelf power bank. It's a 10,000 mAh power bank. And over here, I have the Raspberry Pi, and the Raspberry Pi is basically connected to the camera, and it's getting power from the power bank. I found that the power bank was not sufficient in supplying the current to run the motors, so I had to get a separate battery bank to run them. And these are basically 318-650s. Each one is around, when fully charged, it's around 4 volts, so I only needed 3 of them. So I shorted these terminals over here because I just need 12 volts to run my 12 volt DC motors at the bottom. Let me pop open the cover to show you the Raspberry Pi underneath. This is a Raspberry Pi 4, and I have the Arduino connected to the Raspberry Pi through this cable over here. I have the camera connected over here, and then that is the power from the power bank. So that's pretty much it for the hardware configuration of the robot that I'm going to be using to perform Visual Slam. If you want to know more about the software side of things, make sure to watch the next video in the video series. Thank you, and bye for now.